Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I have a mini unboxing for you, and then we'll go into some ideas on how you can start your brand new journal and make it not so intimidating. I feel like we've all kind of been intimidated by a brand new journal, and I'm definitely not the exception. A lot of people feel like they're going to ruin their journal by using it, or they're going to waste it and worry about messing up the pages and whatnot. And I want to counter that idea by saying, would you rather never use your journal and have it stay perfect on the shelf? Or would you rather enjoy the process of creating something that is uniquely yours, including the imperfections, and have that to look back on your shelf instead? I know what my answer is. I hope yours is the same. So let's get started with this little unboxing, and then I'll show you how I like to set up this journal. And as a bonus, I will show you some of my other journals and the first pages of those to give you some more ideas. So let's get started. In case you haven't seen the announcement on Instagram, I am a Leuchtturm1917 brand ambassador for their Canadian division until October 31st, which is very exciting. And as a part of that brand ambassadorship, they kindly gifted me these 4 products from their website, which is very nice of them. We have the pen loop here, which you can attach to the back of a journal, and it gives you an easy way to carry a pen or pencil with you if you don't have a pencil case. And then we have the Drigraful pen and pencil. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, but they come in these really cool boxes, and it is a gel pen. And I got this in the blue here, and it's beautiful. And I also had my channel name engraved on it because I'm extra and thought it would be fun. So I have the gel pen there, and then I have the mechanical pencil in the sage green. And this one also has my channel name on it. It has the black ends so that you can distinguish between which one is the gel pen and which one is the mechanical pencil. And Drigraful in German, from what I could find, means twist grip, which is pretty cool because in order to have the pen come out the end to use it, you have to twist the end. And the same thing with the pencil, you have to twist the end to make the lead come out the bottom, and then keep it twisted to put the lead back in the pencil once you're done using it. So pretty cool pens. In terms of the size comparison, here is a Kaweco Sport, and it is smaller than the Drigraful pen and pencil. And these have a good weight to them because they are metal, they're not plastic. So they're bigger than a Kaweco Sport, but when it comes to my TWSBI VAC 700R, they are smaller than that. So it's not quite as big as this, not quite as small as a Kaweco Sport, just kind of in the middle. So we have those two. And then of course we have the Leuchtturm A5 journal. I got the same one that I'm using right now that is blue, and this one is pink, obviously. I got it in the blush pink color, and I also got it personalized with my channel name too, notably Emily, which is very fun. You can do that on their website. You can put pretty much anything you want on there. This is the A5 size, and it has dot grid pages. Some of the features about it are it comes with a very simple index already at the front, which is really handy. The pages are numbered already for you, so you don't have to do that, especially if you're a bullet journaler or if you want to index. It's great to have those. At the back, I know that there is a pocket, and it also comes with a sheet of stickers that you can use to archive your journal, which I've used for previous Leuchtturms. You can use them to name them, or you can use these long stickers to stick onto the spine of the journal and make it easy to see what's inside when you eventually archive it or put it on a shelf. So that makes it really easy to use. By the way, you can receive 20% off of your purchase on Leuchtturm1917's Canadian site by using my code Emily20. That's only on their Canadian website. I'll put a link in the description for you, and that code is good until October 31st, but it's also perfect timing because we're in back to school season. So if you'd like to use that to buy some journals, some pens, or anything else for the back to school season, then you can use that code on their Canadian site. Now let's get into the tips and ideas I want to share with you on how I usually set up my brand new journal. Of course, the first thing that I would suggest is to personalize it to you. I had my channel name debossed on the front, so I already have a head start, but another piece that you can do is add some accessories. I have the pen loop here, and it has a little tag inside, so I will cut that out, and it comes undone like this. Pretty cool. And the sticker part matches the loop. So it's self-adhesive, making it really easy to use, and it just comes off like that from the packaging. Then the back has the sticker backing on it. So I'll go to the back of my journal and add that in. Something I suggest is to take your pen that you'll be using and make sure that the pen loop is on the right side, or at least isn't too high or too low, so that it won't fall out or be sticking out the top or falling out the bottom. So making sure that it's in like a nice middle spot is great. And there is the pocket on the back, but it should still hold it pretty well. Off and put it on the back. Great, so now we have that little pen loop on the side. It's in a cute contrasting color, so it sticks out. And when it's not being used, that's what it looks like. It's pretty sturdy, and even this pen is pretty snug in there without a clip. So you could put a regular pencil in there too and it would stay. So here is how it looks. And then I will also put my leather cover onto the journal once I'm finished with my current journal. This is the one that I'm using right now, and it has the blue. You can see I'm almost finished, so once I'm finished with this one, I'll put this one into the cover, and then it would really feel like it's mine before I even write anything in it. Next, you can add some functional spreads to the front or the back of the journal, so that takes some of the pressure off. Of course, this one already has the index, so I don't have to set one up myself, but something that I've started to do is using the back 2 pages to set up a fountain pen ink log. You can see in my current journal that I use the back 2 pages to make an ink log, which is really helpful for me because I'm swapping out my inks quite a lot, especially in the Quebecos, because the converter is so small that I use up ink a lot. And I forget what inks that I have in there and when I last filled it with ink. So this makes it really easy for me to keep track of that. And it's just like a couple of pages in the back of my journal, so it doesn't take up a lot of space. So I'll set that up in my new one. Since I have 6 fountain pens that I use pretty consistently, this is the perfect size to keep all 6 of them in one spread, but you could do this over multiple spreads if you have more than 6, or just on one page if you have 3 or less. Okay, perfect. So now it's set up. I would be interested to know if you have any other functional spreads that you like to include or ideas for ones that you could include. The third thing that I like to do, of course, is start with a collage at the front, because this page here is the index page, and you can see there is no dot grid on this side, and number 1 page starts here. So I'll show you. In this journal, I started with the same thing. I actually tried to put my ink log at the front here, but it just got too complicated to keep track of and understand, and then I ended up doing this collage with matching ink on the side here. So that's usually how I start. I think what I'll do is make a pink spread to echo the pink on the cover. I think that's really cute and just an easy way to have somewhere to start with the first collage. I love that the pages are immediately laying flat. It's just the cover is a little bit springy because it's still quite new. So I'm going to use this giant Bonox clip that has some good weight to it to keep the cover from springing open. So I'll make a little collage to start off this journal. Okay, so here is the collage that I have at the front. I did it really quickly and really kept like the pink theme going, but I really wanted to use this sticker from a pet tape that I got a sample of a while ago, so I think it's a perfect addition to the spread. For my first entry, when I start writing, I usually like to focus on my intentions or goals for the journal, how I'm looking forward to using it, and the kinds of things that I want to include in it. I'm using my Kaweco Sport in the light lavender color, and it has the Sailor Manyo ink in the Sakura color in it right now. So here, of course, I talked about the journal, my intentions for it, how I'm feeling right now, and just filling up the page with sort of my current feelings and thoughts about my journal and my whole system. But I do have some other ideas on what you can do for your very first spread. One of them is actually a spread that we've done in my journal that I swap with friends, but I made this spreads where it's about your favorite things, and this is a really simple one that you can do with as much or as little decoration as you want. And it's fun because it's like a stamp in time, and you can see exactly what your favorite song or snack or drink or YouTuber or season was at the time, and see that if it changes over time. It's like a fun little thing that really encapsulates what you were doing and what you're thinking and what your favorite things were at the time. You could also add some journaling prompts as your first page, go a little bit meta, and give yourself a really solid list of prompts that you can look back on if you ever feel like you don't really know what you want to talk about in your journal or what you want to journal about, and having those on hand can be super helpful. Another example of some journaling prompts are in this really old journal that I have from a few years ago before I was using fountain pens, if you can believe it. And I actually printed out and taped in some journal prompts that I had collected on my Pinterest board for journal prompts. So I had lots and lots to choose from, and I made like multiple layers to put as many as I could in the front cover. So you could also do something like this and have a few layers worth as your first spread for journal prompts if you don't want to write them out, or if you don't really have any ideas right now. So that's another option. And then because I had them with washi tape, it's really easy for me to peel them out and put new ones in without damaging the pages. So there's an idea for your first spread. Here is another example where I just did a cute tiny little collage, and I made it all about the date. So I started this on January 1st of 2022. So it's just a tiny little front page collage. You don't have to do it on this side if you don't want to. You could just center around what day it is. You could do a little stamp, or you could do a little doodle, and not make it like a full page like I've done before. For this journal, when it came to personalization, and this is the one that I've used from 2018 to 2022, so a long time, I put a huge sticker on the front. I didn't have it personalized that time. And something that I did here as well was on the first page, I just did a really simple little pen drawing, and I made it look like a little Polaroid with some washi tape strips, and I just put my intention for the journal front and center and kept it super simple, which is finished, not perfect. And that really encapsulates this journal specifically, because you can imagine going from 2018 to 2022, there were a lot of changes and different ways I was using this journal over time. If you'd like to see an in-depth flip through and more about my journaling journey over the years, let me know. But I also included some washi tape tabs as well that signify important pages that I want to look back to over time, because again, I wasn't using the index for whatever reason, just not a fan at the time. But these little washi tape strips are a great way to sort of personalize and keep track of the most important pieces or spreads in your journal. So another idea for you there as well. In this journal, which is my very first TN insert that I made, again, another little collage, this one also around the date, even less of a collage here and a little stamp, kept it super simple. So again, you don't have to keep it, you know, really involved. And then I went right into, on my first page, using this as a daily memory keeping journal to see if I really wanted a 5-year to keep up with it, and it was a great experiment. So there's the first page in there. Now we're going really, really far back. Okay, this is probably 2016, I want to say. Yeah, probably 2016. And I did some pressed flowers and some circles that I cut out from a magazine in this journal as my first couple of spreads. I see I did these on opposite days, but I think that's really cool. I mean, I don't know if I'd use clear tape again, but I pressed these in 2016 and they are still in the journal and looking pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna mess with them too much, but this is another idea. If you want to go full collage, you don't want to do any writing, you don't have to. And I just cut out some interesting circles of patterns and textures that I found in magazines. Really, really early on for me. And a little bit more recently, of course, I have been using my TN a little bit more. And if you want to see my first page in my watercolor journal, it's actually just a piece of washi tape. It comes in one of those little sheets and like a little booklet, and my friend Emma sent it to me, and it was the perfect size for the little frame that is at the front of every TN insert. So instead of doing anything complicated, I just used the whole sheet as one big sticker and slapped it on there, and thought it was kind of cool that it was almost exactly the same size as the frame. And then finally, for my swap journal that I started with my friends, I ended up actually decorating the front of the cover and making a little collage here and making sure that it looked pretty cute. And even though the edges have been roughed up as it's been sent through the mail quite a few times, the collage still looks really cute. And the first page is a selfie of me and a cute little collage that sort of matches my dress to say like, hey, friends, this is me, and this is what I look like at the time of starting this journal, which was a couple of years ago. So I hope that gives you some ideas on what you can do to start your journal. If you're looking for more spread ideas or journal prompts, definitely let me know, and I can make a future video on those. I hope these ideas and examples help you feel less intimidated and inspire you to use your brand new journal. Thank you again to Leuchtturm1917 Canada for sponsoring this video, and thank you to all of you who check out their site. Before I was a brand ambassador, I didn't know actually that they made pens and pencils and pen loops. They also even make planners and specialty notebooks, like one about starting up your own business with like a whole guided journal behind it, which is really cool. So if you want to check that out, use the link in my description. And again, if you want to use my code, it's Emily20 to get 20% off of your order. I was really excited when they chose me to be a brand ambassador because I've been using their products for over 6 years and I've always loved their notebooks especially. So rest assured that I'm really loving this brand and I wouldn't recommend it if I didn't love it. So I know you'll enjoy it too, and thank you so much for checking out the sponsor for this video if you decide to. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Bye.